Welcome back to Auto Culture, the channel where we dive deep into the world of military technology and explore the weapons that shape modern conflicts. Today, we are going to focus on Yemen, a country that has been at the center of geopolitical tensions for many years, and we will be talking about one of its most well-known ballistic missiles, the Burkan-1. This missile has gained global attention for its role in the Yemeni conflict, its origins, and its impact on the battlefield. So, sit back and let's explore everything about the Burkan-1 missile in detail. The Burkan-1, which translates to Volcano-1 in English, is a Yemeni ballistic missile that first emerged publicly in 2016. Its appearance marked a significant turning point in the conflict, as it represented a leap in Yemen's missile capabilities. The missile is a variant or modification of the Soviet-era Scud missile family, which has been widely used and adapted across the Middle East. While Yemen had Scud missiles in its arsenal since the 1970s and 1980s, the Burkan-1 showed clear signs of being more advanced, with extended range and modifications to enhance its effectiveness. Yemen's missile program has always been shaped by its political and military struggles. Over the decades, various governments and groups in Yemen acquired ballistic missiles through foreign partners, mainly the Soviet Union and later through regional allies. However, with the outbreak of the civil war in 2015, the missile arsenal that Yemen had started to play a new role. The Burkan-1 is believed to have been developed locally by Yemeni engineers with external assistance, adapting old missile technology into something that could threaten distant targets. Now, let's look at the technical side of the Burkan-1. The missile is a single-stage, liquid-fueled ballistic missile, similar in design to the Scud, but with several modifications. The Burkan-1 has an estimated length of around 12.5 meters and a diameter of about 0.88 meters. Its warhead is believed to weigh approximately 500 kilograms, giving it the ability to deliver a heavy explosive payload. Reports suggest that the range of the Burkan-1 is around 800 kilometers, which makes it capable of reaching deep into neighboring countries. This is a major improvement compared to the older Scud missiles in Yemen's inventory, which typically had a range of 300 to 500 kilometers. The increased range of the Burkan-1 has made it a strategic weapon in the Yemeni conflict. It allows missile operators in Yemen to strike high-value targets far beyond their borders, including military bases, airports, and even major cities in Saudi Arabia. For example, in 2016 and 2017, Burkan-1 missiles were reportedly launched towards Saudi territory, including near Mecca and Jeddah. These launches sparked global headlines and drew widespread condemnation, but they also demonstrated Yemen's growing ability to retaliate against foreign intervention. From a military perspective, the Burkan-1 is more than just a missile. It is a symbol of resistance, power projection, and deterrence. For Yemen, deploying the Burkan-1 sends a clear message to its adversaries that the conflict is not confined to its own borders. For regional powers, however, the missile represents a major threat. Its ability to travel long distances means that critical infrastructure, oil facilities, and population centers could all be targeted. This has forced neighboring countries to invest heavily in missile defense systems like the American-made Patriot system in order to counter Burkan-1 strikes. The Burkan-1 is also a story of adaptation. Yemen did not develop this missile entirely from scratch. Instead, engineers modified existing technology, repurposing old missiles and enhancing their range and accuracy. This process reflects the ingenuity often seen in conflicts, where limited resources are turned into powerful weapons. The missile's development also shows how older Cold War-era systems can still play a decisive role when updated with new engineering techniques. One of the most important aspects of the Burkan-1 is the geopolitical conversation it sparked. Critics argue that the missile was not entirely an indigenous development but was supported by external actors. Many reports, especially from Saudi and American sources, claim that the missile is based on the Iranian QIAM-1, a short-range ballistic missile with a similar design. These reports suggest that the Burkan-1 may have been supplied or at least influenced by Iranian technology. However, Yemeni sources maintain that the missile was modified locally and is a product of Yemen's own military industry. Regardless of its exact origin, the Burkan-1 has become a critical tool in Yemen's arsenal. Its role in the conflict highlights the growing importance of ballistic missiles in modern warfare. Unlike fighter jets or tanks, which require huge budgets and advanced maintenance, missiles like the Burkan-1 can be deployed relatively quickly and can inflict serious damage. They are difficult to intercept, and even when missile defense systems are deployed, not every missile can be stopped. This makes them a powerful asymmetric weapon for a country like Yemen. The psychological impact of the Burkan-1 is also significant. When missiles are launched at distant cities, they spread fear and uncertainty among civilian populations. This psychological pressure can influence politics, economics, and public opinion. For Yemen's adversaries, this means more than just defending territory, it means dealing with the constant fear of potential attacks. Another point worth mentioning is the role of missile defense. Every time a Burkan-1 is launched, it tests the effectiveness of systems like the Patriot. While Saudi Arabia has claimed multiple successful interceptions of Burkan-1 missiles, there have also been instances where the missile managed to evade defenses and land close to critical areas. This ongoing cat-and-mouse game between offense and defense continues to shape the course of the conflict. Looking at the broader picture, the Burkan-1 reflects the evolution of warfare in the Middle East. Missiles are no longer just weapons of last resort, they are now central to strategy. The Yemeni conflict shows how even countries with limited industrial capacity can field weapons that alter the balance of power in the region. The Burkan-1 may not be the most advanced missile in the world, but its impact is undeniable. As we conclude this deep dive, let's summarize. The Burkan-1, or Volcano-1, is a Yemeni ballistic missile with a range of around 800 kilometers, a payload of about 500 kilograms, and a design inspired by older Scud technology. Its emergence in 2016 marked a significant step forward in Yemen's missile capabilities, allowing strikes deep into neighboring countries. While debates continue over whether the missile is fully indigenous or influenced by Iranian designs, its presence has already shaped the conflict and the regional security landscape. For Yemen, the Burkan-1 is both a weapon and a symbol. It represents resilience in the face of overwhelming odds, the ability to strike back, and a form of deterrence. For its opponents, it represents a growing threat that requires constant vigilance and investment in defense. For the rest of the world, it is a reminder of how missile technology continues to spread and influence conflicts far beyond traditional battlefields. Thank you for watching this episode of Auto Culture. If you enjoyed this detailed breakdown of the Burkan-1 missile and its role in Yemen, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more in-depth content about military technology and defense systems around the world. Leave a comment below with your thoughts on the Burkan-1, and let me know what weapon system you'd like us to cover next. Until then, stay informed, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.